Okay, that should be fixed. Okay, maybe not. That's cool. Okay, we're working now. Hopefully. Yep, okay. Fixed it. Fixed it. Okay, so I fixed that. We're gonna take and we're gonna get rid of these guys. Um, just because I don't like them. I mean, I like them on the big one. I don't like them on the little one. Hi. Let's fix that volume a little bit there. Okay. Alrighty. So to fix the density of this, all I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to take the underlay out. We're just going to do away with that underlay. No big deal. Grab your snacks if you need them. I need snacks. I'm a fat kid. And then down here on our stitch settings, we're just going to kind of spread those out a little bit. Maybe move our stitch angles a little bit. That way we don't lose our little polka dotties here. I'm gonna do and we'll do the same for the blue part here. 23 sounds good. we'll just take all that shit off too. And you know, we don't have to do it for the whole thing. Sometimes it likes to freezes up on me sometimes. And then this one we're just going to do the same thing, and then, you know, I just keep everything consistent with the same, I just use the same number on everything. It just keeps it consistent. Okay, so yeah, I think that'll be okay. We just had to loosen some things a little bit. No big deal. It'll work. All right. So I will save you. And then yeah, we'll save you. And then we're going to come down here to our farmer's font, is what it's called. And we're going to open it up and work on it some more. It's almost done. Like, I just have to do the 1, 2, 3s. I got the ABCs done. We just got to do the 1, 2, 3s. But all I did to make this, this font is actually a font that I got off of Creative Fabrica. I just typed everything out, and it's an all uppercase font. There's no lowercase. It's all uppercase. I just typed it all out in Photoshop, saved it as a PNG so I could upload it into the software. And I did it that way. So yeah. And then everything, it's all a satin. It's all satin stitches. So, whoops, that's the wrong arrow. So now we're going to go through here, and I'm going to show you how this is how I do lettering. I don't know if it's the correct way. This is just the way I do it. I know there are some that use the digitizing blocks over here. I don't like it. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't give like a nice tight satin column. I don't know. I don't like doing it. So I just digitize it, turn it to a satin. Well, okay, we gotta make sure it's selected first. Turn it to a satin, and then I just add stitch angles where I need to. Obviously, number one, you're not gonna have to add stitch angles, but with this one, with our number 2 here, we're gonna have to. So a lot of times it is trial and error. Sometimes I can get it to come out as one whole piece. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. So yeah. Like this right here, I will end up doing as 2 separate pieces, just because of the way it is. This little, I'll show you here in just a second. This little area right here, if I was to have done the whole thing, like from this area here, it wouldn't translate well. Let's just put it that way. It wouldn't translate well. So, yeah. We do it in 2 different pieces, and honestly, it comes out looking fine most of the time. And then we just grab our stitch angles, and then we just kind of follow anywhere that our angle kind of needs to turn. We just put a stitch angle. You probably can have too many stitch angles. I always feel as if I tend to go overboard with stitch angles, that's for sure, but that's okay. I don't mind. I just like to make sure that everything is covered, and then it changes the angle. And then like up here where it looks a little strange, you can grab your little squares, move it around, and then I'll take and try to smooth out our number here. I forgot what it was called for a second. I was going to call it a letter. So there we go. And then we'll stop and take a look at it and make sure that everything is good. I do think I need to move this around here for just a second. So all I'll do is I'll just pull that out a little bit, and it just stretches it. If it looks a little wonky, then I just do it all the way down. Just like that. Whoops. And then of course we hit that button a lot because we're goofy. Okay. So now we just get in the business and do the same thing over again. And then here I just kind of gauge where it might actually be. Because sometimes I would leave this part right here over the top, but I think this time I'm going to end up hiding it behind the bigger part here. So we will get our markers here. And then we'll just come over here to this and do just like that. Because like when you zoom out, it doesn't look bad. At least that's the way that's just the way I do things. It may be right, it may be wrong. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and everybody has their own opinions. So if you don't like the way I do it, I'm sorry. But this is how I have figured it out myself. This is what works for me. you know, do with that information what you will. Now, I will stop and I will literally plan out how I'm going to do something. That way I don't have to keep going back over here to my resequencer. If I know that I'm going to have a piece that needs to stitch out on the bottom, I'll digitize that first, because the sequencer shows everything as you digitize it. So, or that's like it actually just depends on what side, if you're using the object sequencer or the color sequencer. Now, if you're using the color sequencer, it shows everything by color. I'll flip-flop between the two, just because that's just what I do. Oops. Okay. One here. And there we go. And then sometimes it may seem like I'm just kind of haphazardly placing these stitch angles down, because that is exactly what I'm doing. Just haphazardly, just throwing shit in there, just because sometimes I just can't focus. Sometimes I just cannot focus. And then it's all just a matter of making sure everything looks good. There's no indentions, lumps, bumps, blemishes, whatever you want to call it, anything like that. And there we go. So I need to put another angle right here, because that is turning a corner. And like, I'm over here talking with my hand and you can't even see my hand. That's fine. It's okay. That's just what I do. I talk with my hands, regardless of if you can see it or not. And that's okay. Snack time. It's fine. All right. So we will move our start and stop up to the top here. And that will kind of reshape the way your stitch angles look as well. It just does. That way, because this is stitching out first, we want it to stitch. If we would have left it, it would have stopped here, and then there would have been a jump stitch going up to the top or a jump stitch going over here. So this is how we are eliminating our jump stitch. Dr. Pepper time. So we'll start this piece of our number right here. Just works a lot easier that way. Pinkies out. Gotta have pinkies out. Don't forget that. Pinkies out. What? He's getting huffy with me because I'm not giving him any popcorn. I would have popcorn for breakfast if I could. I mean, I could. I'm an adult. I can do what I want. But is it good for me? No. Do I care? Again, no. Okay. So now, back with our stitch angles. I guess that's, probably what we'll just go ahead and name this episode. This episode is stitch angles. Okay. So, there we go. Our number 3 is done. This still looks a little wonky, so I will move it. That, I think we need to change that. That's what I think. And let me put another little bloop there. There. And it's also very important that if you have to make them in 2 or 3 or 4 separate pieces, you make sure that your computer catches up with you first. You make sure that you have enough of an overlay, enough of yeah, I guess it would be an overlay that you're not going to have a gap when it stitches out. Like, what is your problem, ma'am? There we go. So then, yeah, you're not going to, when this part up here stitches out, you're not going to have a gap right here. Hey, do you want to come get these pieces that fell? Can you get down there? Can you get those? It's okay. You can get it. Sometimes he's afraid. I don't know. Oh shit, here's Biggin. Hey, here's a piece over here. You forgot that one. Right there. There you go. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I need to get my chair back up here, buddy. Excuse me, sir. Take a hike. Okay, move. Come on, Bronny. Come on, Brondo. Okay. All right. Puppies. I tell you what, puppies. Okay. Moving ourselves on. So, this right here will be under but yeah, all I did was I just typed these out in Photoshop. And and if you don't have Photoshop, you don't have to use Photoshop. Anything that you can export graphics or anything like that, I guess what I'm trying to say. But I mean, Photoshop is the most commonly used. I tried using GIMP, GIMP 2.0, and I couldn't figure out how to get lettering, and I really wasn't trying all that hard because I just wasn't. Because I do like Photoshop. And whoever wants to try to get that piece that fell, more power to you. I'm not moving. They're sitting behind me waiting for tasty nibbles. Okay. And I do this. I don't know if this is the correct way or anything like that. Like I said, you know, you've been around long enough on my channel. You know that I am pretty much self-taught. But I always, anytime it comes down to a curve, I always make sure that I have a stitch angle that is straight across. That way I'm telling the rest of this up here that it needs to be straight up and down. And then we hit that button there. Just that. No, I told you to adjust. There you go. All right, perfect. Perfect. Now we don't necessarily have to have our start and stop. You just have to have your stop where you want your next one to start. So our stop is right here, so we're going to start right here. And then of course, the enter key on your keyboard is your best friend. That's what's going to close everything up, turn it into stitches. And then of course, this is pretty well perfect. I don't know that I really need to do anything except maybe pull this out here just a little bit. But that's it. It's pretty well. Our stitches are nice and straight and even and all that good stuff. So there we go. We will take a zoom out here and uh-oh, what's wrong with my U? Something's wrong with my U. I did the majority of this kind of while I was pissed off, so yeah, there we go. Now it's fixed. I sat down and I did I worked on this a lot while I was at that ridiculous craft show, and you know, I was pretty pissed the whole time I was there, so I may have forgotten to do things, but that's okay. So the 5 here may end up being 3 different pieces, or it may just end up being 2, I'm not sure. And I missed my mouth, it's fine. It's fine, it's okay. Snacks for everyone. Okay. So my plan is to get it to just be 2 pieces, where we go here and here, and then our little curvy piece here is the next piece. So sometimes it may work, it may not work, just because of the corner that is at the top there. I don't know why I did that. So this little corner right here may be what gives a little bit of a problem. Yeah! You farted! Get out! You're disgusting! Go on. Get out. You're not my friend anymore. Mando is absolutely disgusting. So we'll go that way. Okay, perfect. It's gonna work. Sometimes corners like this, they just don't want to work for shit. So sometimes you get lucky, sometimes not so much. It'll pop up like a little exception box that asks you if you want to proceed, but then it shows all kinds of other stuff. If we would have done it right here, it probably would have done it right here, but you know, that's okay. Now, I just realized that I should have done this bottom part first. Happens. Shit happens, right? We'll deal with it. What are you doing? Here, take those and leave me alone. Sometimes we have popcorn confetti. Hey! Life with dogs is kind of rough sometimes. You know, like, if you know, you know. Puppers are sometimes just kind of... Ugh. Okay. kind of don't like that. So smooth that out a little bit. Smooth that out a little bit. Looks good. This one, if I don't choke, this one, we can do this one all in one piece. And we can probably do this one all in one piece. May possibly be able to do the 8 in one piece. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Alrighty. And then sometimes I kind of get ahead of myself, but like there are what I consider base stitch angles, the ones that you absolutely have to have down first. And then I just kind of go in and I do fillers. Like I always do the first and the last, and then if there's a curve, I always do one between there, one there, and then I'll start filling in kind of from there. So hi, Patty. It's a little daunting sometimes. Um, like I severely struggle with lettering. That's why it takes me so long to get some of the things that are heavily lettered. That's why it takes me a while to get them done, because it is a process. And then, of course, I have to sit here and tweak it and all that good stuff to make sure that it's to my liking, because I'm a perfectionist, unfortunately. So yeah, there's our number 6. I don't like this right here though. So sometimes I have found the stuff that comes with it, they don't stitch out all that great. So yeah. And especially like, you know, it has that nice little feature here to where you can use like everything in red is what is approved for the program itself, but everything that is down here that's in the blue, this is stuff, these are like fonts that I have installed on my computer that I use for all kinds of stuff. These will not stitch out for shit. Like, terribly. They stitch out terribly. It has to be on a laptop. It does not. They don't have a program that you can put on your tablet. Now there is a different digitizing software that as soon as they get Android set up, I will be getting that one too. It's called Design Doodler. For right now, it is PC and iPad only. But as soon as they get it ready for an Android tablet, I will have that and we will play with that too. Because, you know, I can sit there with my S Pen and draw everything on there. I can take it with me. You know, I don't have to have my laptop everywhere I go. I can sit on the couch in the living room with my tablet and my pen and draw, essentially. So as soon as they get that figured out, I'm gonna get that one because it's like, I think it's like $400 for the whole program. They don't have a free trial set up yet, which is kind of shitty, but you know, whatever. Hi. And then, you know, I'm still pretty salty about the whole Procreate is for iPads only. They're not allowing the program to be on Android tablets, which, you know, is forcing non-Apple users to buy an iPad. We don't use Apple products in this house. I don't know why. Jason doesn't like Apple. He won't let me have Apple. I mean, I don't miss it. I used to have an iPhone. I don't miss the fact that I don't have one now. So, I mean, it just doesn't matter. Which is funny because, you know, Jason has a MacBook. He has a MacBook, but yet he doesn't like Apple products. I don't know. But again, you know, his MacBook does just sit in the closet and it does nothing. So, I don't know. Men. I got nothing. What would that look like if... Whoa! Okay, no. No, no. No, 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 no. Okay. It's kind of a sharp point there. I don't... Excuse me. Here, go away. So I'm going to have to do this one in 2 parts because we've got this little piece here that pops down here. So it'll have to be 2 different pieces. Because we could take and we could start here and we could go up, but once we got to the part where it would cross over here, it like confuses the program and it doesn't exactly look good and all that good stuff. So we'll take and we'll stop it right there and then come down and go back the other way. Because like the one thing I hate the most is having to digitize the holes. I don't like it. I don't like it. Alrighty. And then we start up here. And we're going to come down, whoops, and then make a little bit of a gap, just because we don't want to freak the program out. Nuh-uh! They've got the pegboard? I wonder if that means the stores are going to get some more in. Because I need more. Like, they've got the pegs and stuff. The little sticky pieces that they sell with it, that you're just supposed to be able to stick it on the wall, doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. It's really, really sticky. But if you're putting anything on there that's got a little bit of weight to it, like thread, it's going to fall off. I get into trouble when I go to Dollar Tree. Like, I get into some trouble. They have relatively decent stuff. Like, my favorite crochet hooks came from the Dollar Tree. Like, I've got high dollar crochet hooks. My favorite crochet hooks came from the freaking Dollar Tree. I don't have any of their knitting needles, though. I don't. A lot of this stuff, like just about everything that I use to take pictures now, has come from the Dollar Tree. Like the little holiday lights and stuff like that, Dollar Tree. The big wooden beads, Dollar Tree. Their towels, their towels are a little thin. I don't particularly. I don't know. Um, I don't like the microfiber that sticks to your fingers. That bothers me. But they embroider just fine. Like if you're wanting to practice doing towels, the towels from the Dollar Tree are great practice. 100%. I have used like their bath towels as to embroider on. But like I like getting their patterned towels and using those as I crochet the little towel toppers that you can hang your towel over a like your stove handle or something like that. And I just put the towel in there. You know, you can either I only do those for like craft shows. They don't really sell online all that great, so I just do those for in person. But like you either have the option of buying the towel topper by itself, or you can buy the whole thing together. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hi, Melissa. We have snacks and drinks. I would share, but I can't. Alrighty. So basically, what we are doing. I need to put this other one in. This one's driving me nuts. We are just kind of talking about like stitch angles, and how you can do fonts and stuff like that. And we're almost done with this one. So, once we're done with this one, then I will go through and I'll show you how I kind of get it all set up and stuff like that to do another one. Because I've got a shit ton of fonts and stuff. I think I downloaded over like 3,000 fonts at one point. Okay. So our 9 is going to be in 2 separate pieces too. So yeah. Like I downloaded a lot of them to be able to use with my my Cricut. But once they're in your computer, they're in your computer. I mean, you can obviously go through and delete them. If you go into your system files and stuff like that, you can get rid of them. But why would I want to get rid of them when I can use them like this? Exactly. The more the merrier. And some of them I would never use for anything because once I actually got them in design space, they turned out to not be so great. But um, using them for digitizing is great. And then of course, some of them have already been digitized, but I'm a cheap ass. I can't afford to go and buy fonts and shit all the time. Fonts are expensive. Fonts are expensive. This is getting on my nerves. Now, I have bought fonts in a pinch. When I was like, oh crap, I need that. Um, or like when somebody wants something last minute, then yeah, I'll go buy fonts. But some of them, I don't know. I mean, I don't like to talk bad about anybody and their digitizing and all that stuff because I don't want anybody to say anything like that, you know, about me. But yeah, I don't want anybody to come back and say, "Well, you said this about me, so I'm going to say this about you, bitch." Whatever. I don't care. But you know, you do have to be careful. And it's especially the ones that have been auto digitized. You know, if you have Hatch and you have been tempted to touch that auto digitizing feature, go ahead and do it and see what happens. Like, do it and see what happens. Um, yeah. Um, selling more files, like, how? Um, I mean, I always sell files. Looks kind of like a G. I don't know. I've never liked nines like that, but whatever. That's the way the font is, so that's the way we will do this. Oh, yeah. I just haven't gotten any more I just haven't really gotten any more, like, they're done. I just haven't stitched them out. Yeah, I started working on some zodiac signs. Um and some like home states and stuff like that. But yeah. It's like auto digitizing is a mess. A mess. But like those are kind of the only ones you have to really worry about. And like sometimes you'll see somebody will just take like a screenshot of like their desktop and try to pass it off as an actual stitch out, which is not cool. That's why I stitch everything out. Oh yeah, I'm going by like, I'll start working on patriotic stuff probably as soon as Easter is over. Probably let's see, Father's Day is in June. Mother's Day is in May. I'll do a little bit for Mother's Day. Um, Not a lot, but I'll do a little bit for Mother's Day, and then patriotic for days. um, I've got some pretty cute patriotic stuff lined up, so yeah, we'll have fun. But if there are any other designs or whatnot on my website that you would like for me to turn into a keychain, just let me know. And I can always turn it into a keychain. Okay, so now this is kind of O's and zeros that don't have like a little swoopy on them. They're a pain in the ass. Um, yeah. Yep. Um, okay, so I will show you how I digitize holes in things. I don't know if it's the correct way, but it's just how I do it. I use two different colors, and I will do the inside of what we would be cutting out in one color. Just kind of leaves like an outline, just like that. And then we'll use our regular green here. And then we're going to fill that, send that down so we can see that. You have to have your, what I would call a blob. Your blob has to be highlighted. And let's see here. And then you digitize holes, and then I just go right back over this outline, and it's going to be deleted, so you're not going to see it. But we just do. And there we go. And then we just delete that, and then we just add our stitch angles and make it look pretty. And there we go. Now we're done. Perfect. Okay, so this is what we got. This will be the Farmer's font. I still need to stitch it all out, so it'll all get stitched out. So yeah, we'll get it all stitched out at some point. And then it will be available in a couple different sizes. So it'll actually take a while to get it all completed and stuff like that. But there we go. We've got that one. So we will save it. And let's see here. I need to get my Photoshop here. Photoshop takes a hot minute. It will be individual letters that you will have to place one at a time. I do not have the ability to make them into an ESA font because my version of Hatch doesn't have that capability. If I had version 3, then yeah, it would be an ESA font. No big deal. But I don't, so I can't. I'm actually thinking about, and this is just a thought, about leaving everything like this. You know, obviously, grouping together the pieces that are like multiple pieces, like the K here is 3 different pieces. Grouping all of those together, saving it, and then uploading it just the way it is. That way, you know, you can see everything. You're not having to sort through different files and shit like that. But I don't know. I don't know. Because you could just click on like that K, it's all grouped together. You could just click on it, copy it, take it over to a new, and paste it. And there you go. But then, like, obviously, you're not going to be able to resize it or anything like that, just because it'll end up messing it up. So, like, that's 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. How big is... I mean, 1.5 inches is still a pretty decent size. But, I don't know. It's thought. Like, I have no idea to even tell you how to do it because I don't have the program to be able to do that, so. Okay. Let's just get rid of you. We'll leave you. I saved you already. No, I didn't save you already. Again. Okay. Photoshop, you're still not loaded? What the fuck? You're non-responsive. Okay. Maybe I need... I don't know why, but I have 2 versions of Photoshop. I don't know. I've been working on puppy dog Easter bandanas. They're not really coming out as great as I hoped they would. Resizing at the top, no. Because even if you just clicked and dragged, it's still going to size it the same. You'd have to go back and turn things off, turn things on. That's kind of like why when you get certain when you buy certain fonts, they're sized for whatever they need to be sized for. Okay, perfect. 2022 version of Photoshop works. I don't know why the 2023 version of Photoshop doesn't work, but whatever. Oh, are you working? Okay. Inches. We want it to be the size of like a regular piece of paper, I think. So it's like 8.5, 11.5. I want it to be that way. Okay. Alrighty, let's see here. Window. Capture. Photoshop. Okay. So my live chat over here keeps going off. I don't know why. Okay, so how I do this. We have our text box down here. And I have a feeling that this is going to run pretty slow. So I just take and I start it up at like the top corner. And then 72 point. And then I just come up here and I just find my font. So let's see. What's something fun? Sunny Dino. That would actually be more of like maybe a run line font. Let's see here. I'm just going to turn my cap locks on because then we'll... And I literally just type out the alphabet. Whoops! Fuck it all. Z, and then... Oh shit. I hit the wrong... No. I hit the wrong one. Hit the wrong enter button. And then 0. Now I think I might want it to be a little bit bigger. What would 100 be like? I don't use Photoshop all that much, so whoops. What the balls? Well, whatever. It's fine that size, I guess. Okay. So we've got that there. We can probably come down here with another and do all of our lowercase letters. And they'll all be, unless this is a, nope, this is an uppercase font only. So another uppercase only font. Just fine, I don't care. So I save it. You have to save it as a copy. And then this is what simple Sunny Dino. Sunny Dino. Save it. And then we can export it. And I just do a quick export as a PNG. And then, no, I think we've already got it pretty well. Whoops, holler. Pop back over here. And then slowly. And then we'll just insert our artwork again. Now this one will take us to that one. That was the last thing that I was working on. And there we go. I will crop this though. So it's really important to have your font at a decent working size, because obviously the closer we get into it, the more distorted it's going to be. You know, there's always something, but I think this font is actually going to be a really good, just a run line font. And when I do a run line font, I just kind of follow the outer edge. I mean, and I don't honestly know what anybody really uses a regular run line font for, really. I mean, I don't know. I use them on felties, but that's about it. Yeah, I don't know. I may have to make this bigger so I can see it better. Oops. And then if you want to make your letters stitch out all at once, make sure you have it highlighted. And you can do this with not just letters, but like if you have some kind of intricate little scroll work that when you digitize it, you have to kind of, where it would have a lot of jump stitches, you can do this little trick. You can use your branching tool down here, and you just tell it where you want it to start and where you want it to stop. And now this whole thing will stitch out as one letter. And it makes it, kind of thick. And just like that, you got a nice little letter that stitches out all at one time. Now you can do that if you have like a font that is kind of like a cursive. It works really well for cursive fonts. If it's going to be like a block or a hand printed sort of thing, it's not going to work all that great. But I don't have any felties over here that have that, but that's kind of a trick. So that right there, I think, is going to end our little YouTube stream for today. I had fun. I actually finished something that I've been working on for a while. Yay. I will have another YouTube stream on Saturday. We're going to work on some more Pudgy Pals. So we'll get some more Pudgy Pals digitized. And I may even go ahead and set up my other webcam over here. I've got my my small machine is right here next to me. So we may stitch them out as we work on them. I don't know. You never know. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you learned things. I hope I didn't confuse anybody. I hope I made sense. As we all know, sometimes I don't make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, thanks for joining me. I will be back Saturday. And I will see everybody again soon. Bye.